Alright guys, I'm back for my review of Power Rangers Zeo, the 4th review in my Power Ranger review series. I should probably say why I started my Power Ranger review series. Well, very simple. Power Rangers is 20 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm 10 years older than Power Rangers. So I feel older than I am, and I haven't seen a lot of them, so I wanted to watch them for historical purposes. So Zeo starts off with Zeo Beginning, a 2-part episode in which the Power Rangers get their powers, and we find out that the blown-up command center has actually rebuilt itself and is now called the Power Chamber. And that these Power Rangers will be a new line of Power Rangers. Some notes here are that Cat stays pink, Adam goes from black to green, Rocky goes from red to blue, and Tommy goes from white to red, which now made the Native American the Red Ranger. Wonder if that's unintentional racism. Guess not. And new Ranger Tanya Salone takes Billy's place and becomes the Yellow Zeo Ranger. We're also introduced in this to the Machine Empire, our villains for the season, King Mondo and Queen Machina, who Queen Machina is actually voiced by the same woman who voices Lois Griffin in Family Guy. Okay, and Prince Sprocket, who's voiced by the voice of Rita Repulsa. Yeah. So, yeah. We also are introduced to the Cogs, our foot soldiers for the season. And while they are a tad bit better than the Putties, they're about as stupid as the Putties. So, our first real storyline of the season is the Gold Ranger saga. That begins with the episode, that is the Gold Ranger saga. It begins about 20 episodes in, when a mysterious Gold Ranger shows up and helps the Power Rangers in battle. He comes equipped with his own Zord Pyramidas. And there was a mystery about who the Gold Ranger was, and there were 3 red herrings made in it. Billy, who would always disappear while the Gold Ranger was around. Skull, who in an episode of Small Problem leaves. Bulk, stranded, and then the Gold Ranger appears. And Tommy's brother, David Trueheart, who's introduced in the episode Challenges. When Tommy was on a vision quest, who knew martial arts and who knew the Power Rangers. But we eventually find out that the Gold Ranger was from Trey of the planet Triforia. Triforia is a planet where every being has 3 distinctive personalities. In this case, Trey consists of Trey of Wisdom, Trey of Power, Trey of Wisdom, Trey of Courage, and Trey of Heart. So it's not the first time. So Captain Planet was not the first place to do Trey of Heart, or to do Heart as a power in general. So turns out Trey, because his 3 parts are not connected, or in unison or something, cannot continue with the Gold Ranger power. So they have very little time to find a new Gold Ranger. So at first they think Billy is the obvious choice, but Billy has injected some negative proton watsits or whatever, Billy speak. Normal people don't speak Billy speak. And he can't take the Gold Ranger power. This is because either, depending who you talk to, because David Yost was ended up leaving the show because of homophobic slurs, or according to Sabine, he was hard to work with backstage. So it really depends on who you believe. Do you believe what David Yost said in his interview of No Pink Spandex, or do you believe Sabine? Anyway, the Gold Ranger becomes the original Red Ranger, Jason, which knocks Rocky down from his second-in-command position. And there is an episode right afterward where Rocky is jealous about that. That's interesting. Also halfway through the season, Bulk and Skull go from the junior police force to being detectives when they get Lieutenant Stone fired from the police force. And this stays through the end of the season. So, Also, during the season, you have Zed and Rita are around, and they're trying to get back to the moon base. And during this, they become kind of inadvertent allies to the Power Rangers. In fact, in Prince for a Day, Zed actually gets the other Rangers teleported to where Prince Gasket is holding Tommy. Speaking of Prince for a Day, that's a very good two-part episode in which we get the return of Evil Tommy, which is always nice and always fun, and Jason David Frank does such a good job portraying Evil Tommy. So, the series comes to a close, though, with As Good as Gold, in which Jason's powers of the Gold Ranger, his body is rejecting the Gold Ranger power, and they have to give him back to Traya Triforia, or he will die, or Jason will essentially die. Or something kid-friendly, because in the Power Ranger universe. The transfer works, and Trey does give take the Gold Ranger power back, in which he then makes the Power Rangers grow to take on Mondo and the Cogs. They end up defeating Mondo when his crown comes off, and then Zed blows up the Machine Empire with a bomb. There is kind of, while it's not the first official team-up in the series, that would come later in Lost Galaxy, but I'll get to that when I get to it. There is a team-up with the Alien Rangers called Alien Rangers of Aquitar, but it's not an official team-up, so yeah. The only new Ranger here was Tanya, so she's the only one I can give a thought about. Tanya, of course, replaced Aisha and became a very good Yellow Ranger, including in an episode where she's about to get a recording contract but gives it up because she didn't want it to interfere with her Ranger duties. Like I said, Bulk and Skull are doing their normal thing. They start out as junior police force. They then become detectives. And during King for a Day, they accidentally get warped to where Tommy and the Rangers are, and they meet an alien called Strider, and they help fight off Cogs in some very comic relief way. That's very funny. So, again, no, Zeo did not use its finale to set up the next season in the series. Because as a standalone, Good as Gold is a good finale as a standalone, but again, but it should have been used to set up the next season, which would have been a very interesting season, to say the least. All in all, Zeo was not bad. It is much better than the season that follows it. Yeah! But I will get to that next time, because next time, these next videos, we're shifting into Turbo. That'll be a two-part video. First will be about the Turbo movie, and then the Turbo season. So, we all know that Turbo is a very hated season. What are my thoughts of it? Well, you'll find out, like I said, when I shift into Turbo. See you then.
Anybody got time for that?
See you then.